Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Boy Maximo and I'm here checking out Fantasy Hero Unsigned Legacy. I keep almost saying Fantasy Life, which is the 3DS RPG that came out recently, but I keep correcting myself at the last second every time. But anyway, that's completely irrelevant. Let's go and have a look at Fantasy Hero Unsigned Legacy. We'll just immediately load one of my save games. One of my 3 save games. One of the main problems I have with this is, well, it's not really big of a problem as it is a nitpick, but there are 4 main characters in the game, and you can only pick one at the beginning of every game, so you have to keep one save game for every character, which can get kind of annoying sometimes. So, what we're going to do is we're going to load as Hall first, and then we're going to load in as Husky after a mission, and then we're going to load in as Arces. That's ridiculous, I'm sorry. Arces. Okay, so this is our character, this is our bedroom. We've got a few things here. We've got the help screen there, which is pretty detailed on what we need to know. We have our character screen here, so we'll just go through all this real quickly. We've got storage, so we can store any items in our inventory that we want. I currently have, you can have a maximum of 30 items on any character at any one time. So it's always worth depositing as much stuff as you can into your storage so you don't get annoyed with a specific message all the time. You can also retrieve items from your storage. You have weapons. You have to come here to equip your weapons, which means you can't equip a new weapon you've just unlocked in the middle of a level, which is kind of annoying, but thankfully the levels are quite short, so you don't have to worry about it that much. Every character has their own skill tree. There's 3 trees, and, well, they're not as much trees, but you spend a few points on one level, and that lets you go to the next level. And every character has several of these trees, and every power can go up to 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, you get the idea. Can't reset them without getting a specific item that I haven't run into yet, which is a little bit of a shame, but not a problem, really. You also got your here, basically, where you can come get your stats upgraded. So I'm going to upgrade my physical defense, my HP, and intelligence a little bit. I think I'll get a little bit more physical defense. We'll set those in stone. You can also change the color of your characters. Now, I might as well get into a little bit of a... I actually really like that color. I might want to get into a bit of disclaimer here. Along with the press code with it for this that I was sent, I was also sent codes. Well, I wasn't sent codes for all the DLC, but I've been sent several color DLC packs, and oh dear. No, okay, I think we're good. I also got sent several DLC mission packs, and as I said, I also got sent several color packs. So we can select whatever color we like. We can also receive gifts from Nier, and yeah, that's a bit of an oddity. This game actually uses Nier. Who would have thought? So let's just move out here real quick. This lady over here does all the multiplayer stuff. Unfortunately, this game only has adult multiplayer, so I'm not going to show that. This lady here, she does scratch cards. Whenever you finish a mission, you get a scratch card, and you scratch it, and it determines whether or not you win some resources or not. You can also buy and sell items here. The further you are in the story, the more items you have. And we also have the weapon shop. Didn't mean to exit out of that. So we can enhance our weapons. And each weapon can only be enhanced a certain amount of times, and you can enhance them using special effects. So I can give this, say, +3 defense, but I'm not going to do that because it's a waste of resources. You can also enhance this damage by 1. You can also upgrade weapons to a new tier, but you also need lots of resources for this, and some of these resources can be really hard to find, especially if you're using a rare weapon like I am. I've got rare weapons on all my characters because they seem to be really easy to find for some reason. They got the best attack power, which is a bit odd. You can also come here and dismantle all the crappy weapons that you find for spare resources. There's a little bit of a headquarter thing in there, so let's go into the game real quick. We're going to play a side mission that I've already beaten. Alright, we'll play Preparing for a Shroom Hunt. So every level has a difficulty meter that you can increase or decrease depending on how hard you want it to be. And the higher it is, the harder it is, but the better resources you get. So I'm currently, I can't remember what level I am on this guy, like level 6, so I'll put the difficulty on 2 just to be a little bit safe about it. And now we just wander out there, and when we wander out there, we'll load the mission in. Everybody calls him Bird Person. So, we have a few abilities here. So, first thing we can do is we can shoot our guns with this guy. And we have to press triangle to reload whenever our guns run out. And every character also has those abilities that they learned earlier. So, as we can see here, if I press L and press triangle, I can fly for a specific amount of time. And I can shoot from the air, but I can't reload. So, I have to come down and reload for that. I also have a ice bullet ability. Really screwed up there. Did not dodge ahead to save my life. I will fly to take this guy out, just for the fun of it. Use an item there. So as you can see, you've got items there, and you can also come to items and just assign, not use them, but assign them to any slot. So you can assign any skill and any item to any slot, which is pretty nice. It lets you configure how you want to play the game. Like, on my main save file, I have all my healing items on my D-pad and all my skills on my right side here. But unfortunately, you can't actually use the touchscreen for any of these, which is quite annoying. And you also can't use the touchscreen for the map in the top right. I mean, you can use the map by pressing select, but it just seems like something you put the touchscreen on. I mean, that takes up that whole part of the screen all the time. You'd think they would let you use the touchscreen for that, but I guess not. So, the idea of this game is that humanity's been driven out of the forest that they lived in for hundreds of years because of some bastards that basically came out of nowhere, and Mr. Bird Person here is actually one of these bastards. And you have to go through these levels, and you go through these surprisingly short levels, also some surprisingly long levels. I will fly in the air. And you have to recover. And you just have to beat the levels, basically. That's all I have to say about it. You have to just go and beat as many enemies as you can and get as much money and experience as you can. Alright, so I got some experience, but not much. I was level 6, so yeah, that was pretty easy. So I'm going to go and save the game, go back to the main menu and play as the Mech Girl. And you'll see why I call it the Mech Girl later on. I keep forgetting people's names. The story itself, so far at the very least, I have 2.5 hours on one of the characters, so I've been a little bit through the story. The game goes to at least level 25 in terms of character progression, I know that much, so it is a fairly long story. This is going to be a digital download game. I don't know the exact price, and I probably should have asked, but oh well. But I mean, I've got 2.5 hours in one character already, and considering there's 4 characters that you have to, well, you don't have to repeat them over and over again, but you can play as the 4 characters as you like, and they each have a fairly long campaign, even though it's the same campaign, so you know what I mean when I say that, right? Surely. Alright, so we'll play Retrieve the Key to the Food Cellar, and we'll play it on difficulty 2 again. But yeah, the story isn't half bad, voice acting isn't bad either. When I get to my main game, I'll show off a mission with some voice acting in it. But anyway, let's go. This is the Mech Girl. Really should have remembered her name. But yeah, the Mech Girl is a pretty fair description of her. And we're about to see why. The graphics and the voice acting are all pretty good, though. They're not terrible. They're definitely not hard to listen to or anything. And the graphics themselves don't actually look that bad. There haven't been that many performance drops, I've found. Bloody chickens. So yeah, this is the Mech Girl. Not only does she do massive damage to anything, with really strong, slow attacks, and she can even drill through people, she has another significantly more dangerous ability, which I will show off once I get the opportunity. A lot of these missions do tend to... Jesus. A lot of these missions do tend to be running around the same areas. I mean, I have unlocked new areas as time's going on. The characters do all have their own distinct personalities, even though these personalities may not be unique, they're at least distinct. Oh, bloody hell. So you're just constantly going through and unlocking and getting more loot and money and beating the crap out of everything you see. And to be fair, this is from Arc System Works, the people who made BlazBlue and Guilty Gear. I have to say, if these guys know anything, it's how to make combat feel super satisfying. Because the combat in this game is really... You feel every single hit that you deliver, which is certainly something. The game has a very, very liberal use of micro pauses for the really strong attacks. You may notice the game stopping for just like a single frame or two as an attack lands, and that just makes every single attack feel so good. But nevertheless, we will continue onwards. I'll be able to demonstrate this a little bit more with my main character later on. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, let's activate our secondary mech. Yes, we have 2 mechs. And this one has a massive set of special abilities. And also has a gigantic health bar, so you know, there's next to no chance of this enemy getting destroyed. Everybody has a health and a stamina meter. It works about the same as you expect in any other sort of up. I wonder if I... No, that's not gonna... It'd be funny if the MP reject... Oh god. Screw you. Let's bring out Robotron again, because this guy's awesome. And that's the key to the food storage, so mission complete. The missions themselves are all fairly short, and the viscerality of the combat makes these really easy to just chain together and play for a few hours on it. Like, I've played this for nearly 4 hours straight, and this is actually really, really good. I seriously enjoy this a lot more than you might think. The combat is just so satisfying to do. It reminds me a lot of Dynasty Warriors, where you could just cleave your way through a ton of bloody enemies and not have it matter in the slightest. It's great. It really is. Let's just save the data here and return to the title screen, and I'll go and hop on my main guy who has a little bit more experience in him. Let's see. Also, I have to point out the loading times in this game are actually really short. I quite like that. They're not long at all. I mean, how many loading screens have you seen so far that take over 5 seconds? Well, there was one. But I just had to open my mouth, didn't I? But nevertheless, the loading times are actually really short, and swapping back and forth between different characters definitely isn't hard. Also, this guy's name. Oh, Acress, not Ass Cress or whatever the hell I said. No wonder I made myself giggle. So, Acress Breathbeat. That sounds weird, if you ask me, but anyway. We'll go on to another side mission here. So, we have to acquire something very important. Yeah, this game's got a couple of localization errors, but it's nothing terrible. The majority of the text is fine, so we'll go on another difficulty 2 mission here. And I want to go and make sure I've got enough health packs just to be safe. I'm pretty sure I'm running out of it. So, running out of some. And I've got plenty of money on this guy, so I will buy 14? Okay. And I have plenty of mana potions, so we'll leave that at that. And oh yeah, this guy's got the most ridiculous weapon, and I can't wait to show it to you. Hopefully we'll see a different graphical style of the levels here. On this guy, I have been to a second... Okay, yeah, we're going to be in the ancient ruins. Also, this music's great. This game reminds me of Dynasty Warriors in a lot of ways, and that's definitely not a bad thing, at least for me. Alright, so we're going into the ancient ruins. Yes, my guy is currently holding an electric guitar. Ow. So, this guy... Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's give that another shot when I've... Oh, no. Let's give this another shot now that I've healed up. So, this guy's got a more default set of moves. But I have to admit, he's really satisfying to get a good combo in on as. So, my current moves right now are an ankle sweep, which lets me knock bastards in the air. And he's also got a guard move. And a dodge move. And he's also got a transformation move, which I'll show off later when I get the opportunity. Out of the way of the fireball. Hi. Yes, this guitar is making strums. It's kind of amazing. Hi. Oh, it's one of these things. Oh, crap. There is also a fourth character, but I haven't played him yet. Oh, God. I kept sweeping the leg instead of dodging. I feel like an idiot. Out of the way I go. Wish there was an easier way to take these guys down, but it's just a... Oh, God. I was down another health pack and... Hey, critical hit, 181 damage, alright. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, the combat in this game is really satisfying, especially when you get it down to a beat that makes it especially satisfying to do. Like, this guy here with all of these moves that let him keep these guys on the ground. Just get out of the way of any attack that might hurt him. Ow. Was down another few things. Constantly getting loot, constantly getting more money and unlocking more stuff. And being able to increase the difficulty, screw you, I'm not going through a fight with you again. Playing through and just beating the crap out of everything in your path. And doing it well just honestly does feel really satisfying in this game. All the movesets are fairly basic, but it's the skills that really add to it. My problem with Pocket RPG was that all the characters felt too similar, but every character in this game has a different set of moves and a different set of skills, which really differentiates them. Like, right from the beginning, they all feel spectacularly different, and I'm going to avoid these bastards if I can, because I hate these guys. Oh, God. You're not getting me this time. I'm out of here. I am basically a rock god. Yeah, this is my transformation move. It makes me a lot faster and helps me do more damage. And thankfully I can come out of it at any time, so I don't need to waste too much of my mana meter. But yeah, seriously, the combat in this game just feels great, especially when you get it down to a T with all the right skills and abilities that you might need. So yeah, just... Oh, God. And being able to customize your items and the way that you play through all the weapon shop and all that, it's good. It's got enough in it to basically guarantee that it's a big ass time sink. And frankly, for a game that's a dungeon crawler, that's one of the best compliments you could give to it, really. What do we got down here? Treasure chest. Oh, God! That was bad. Let's just some stuff back and go on out. We'll just ignore yous. So a combination of sweet combat... oh, God, not again. I just avoided that. Let's just use one of our lucky fruits. Ignore the shadow guy, even though he's going to be coming after us now. Did not mean to pull that out. The skill trees, the loot, and the visceral combat are more than enough to make Fantasy Hero a mainstay. Well, not so much a mainstay, but I mean, it'll stick around on your memory card for a while. All the characters are varied. The combat is visceral, and all the skills definitely tie in to let you find a way to play and enjoy the hell out of playing that way. Over you go. Did not mean to guard that. Just dodge that. Sit down, please. Shame there's no online multiplayer, and there's a couple of things like the localization not being perfect and touchscreen not being used as much as it really could be. But really, those are nitpicks. Those are minor nitpicks, and what they've got here, just as a base, is actually pretty damn good. Even if the game only lasts like 4 or 5 hours in the campaign, the characters are different enough to warrant replays if you like the combat system enough. Watch out for the fireballs. Seriously, this game is actually really, really good, and they're selling this as a digital download for, I don't know how much it's going to be, but I imagine it's going to be like $10 to $15. But I mean, either way, this is well worth your time. It's got a lot to it. Combat feels great. There's a lot of looting and skill trees and all that to keep you entertained in the long run. Nice sense of progression. Being able to go from 1-star difficulty to 4-star difficulty on any particular mission really is satisfying. And 1-star is easy enough that you can really hack and slash your way through a lot of it without running into much trouble. You are going to have a challenge, obviously, if you go 1-star, but I mean, 4-star is definitely... Four-star is definitely great. Okay, we've got something very important. There's even, like, boss fights, or at least I've had at least one boss fight already that was actually really good, because it was a good test of everything I had up to that point. I had all the skills I needed to beat him, and I managed to beat him pretty damn well, and I just felt satisfied when I actually did beat him. And I got a scratcher, so I'm going to go... I'll just show off the scratches, because I got a fair few scratches. And why not, right? I have scratches, I can use them on video. So let's just... Okay, so... Ooh, I got a rare weapon, sweet. What did I get? Rewards price. So yeah, you just pick whichever one you like, and if you get it correct, you get a bunch of stuff. It's nice. You get a nice little boost at the end of every stage. It's nice. I said that before, it's nice. It's just... Aw, didn't win. Alright. So I just got a bunch of bonus items. And what was that weapon I just got? Do I have it here on me? No, I don't, unfortunately. What was it back here? So, yeah, my final opinions on my first impressions of Fantasy Hero Unsigned Legacy. Really, really good combat system, combined with a level up system, which is not exactly unique, but at least it's satisfying to go through and assign you... Where is this weapon that I just got? I'm sorry, there it is, rewards piece. Price, and damn, it's not actually that great. But yeah, interesting skill trees. Well, not so much interesting skill trees as they're good skill trees. You can pick what tree you want to go down, you can go down just fine. And stats and equipment and stuff like that, it all comes together to form a very satisfying, very enjoyable dungeon crawler. And I fully recommend it to anyone looking for this sort of game. All I can really wish for is that it lasts for a bloody long time. And, you know, the couple of nitpicks that I mentioned earlier, but nevertheless, really good game, fully recommend it. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.